Okay, YouTube, welcome back to the layout. It's been a little while since I've done a video, and I figured I'd do a quick little layout update and just hit some of the highlights of some of the things that I've worked on over the last couple of months. Probably next time that I do a layout video, I'll go over the whole layout in a bit more detail and give dimensions and stuff like that. But this is just going to be a quick couple of minutes showing some of the things that I've worked on. This is the back part of the layout. It's still pretty tore up, but the main line is functional and does run through here. One of the things I have done is I started building the structure here for the industry in the back. This is the Walther's grain elevator with the silos. Typically you'd see the elevator on one side or the other side of the building. It's a tall structure with the lines that feed the elevator to the various different silos, and you would see a little shack on one side for the grain cars to come through and a shack on the other side for the trucks or tractor trailers to come through, and they can bring grain in or out from one side or the other side. I'm going to do this a little bit differently. I got a pike stuff building I'm going to put here and replace the shack on the one side so the grain cars will go into the pike stuff building and dump their loads. I'll omit the tractor trailer side of it. So grain cars will come in, they'll drop the loads, the grain elevator will bring it up, and I'll have the rest of the industry probably along the backdrop here, which it'll service. It'll be grain or corn facility, whatever is being unloaded here. And if I can make room, I'll probably have a little shed or something where I can have box cars come out with finished product, be it cereal, cornflakes, whatever's being made there. So there'll be a farm somewhere out in the upper level. I can have the grain cars come down and through the helix and down, and then they can go to this industry, and I get finished goods come out of there eventually. That may change. This is kind of what I'm thinking of right now, and we'll see where it goes when it develops. Station's pretty much still going to be here with the passing siding, and of course this is the track going up to the climb eventually. I think everyone's got, or almost everyone's got, one of these Walther's bridges in their layout, so here's mine. 3-track main line curves around, and here's where the progress of the layout's really begun. I've gotten some of the sidings of the yard, or this part of the ladder on the yard, installed. I still have to glue some of it down and put the bumper tracks on, but it's there otherwise. I'm not going to go any further. I may add one or two, or maybe not, depending on how big of a structure I can get in here for a freight house, so box cars can come in and they can leave on tractor trailer over here by the road, or vice versa. And the bottom part of the yard, I've got the cork down. I got to get a little more flex track. You can see this part of the ladder is here. I've got the switches here to do the other side of the ladder. I just need to get that in and get a little bit more flex track so I can finish this part of the yard, and then I can probably move on to the back side, being the freight house, or not the freight house, the engine house. Get that finished up. The intermodal yard, which will come off of this switch here, and it'll run up it along the wall, and then it can back into the intermodal yard. And again, whatever else ends up here in the freight house or boxcar part of the yard. The other thing I got done, or partly done, is the Union Station. I'll bring this down a little bit. Kind of see in there a little bit. I got 6 tracks in there. I actually have room for more if I really wanted to. Nothing's really glued down or anything yet, just kind of there, but gives me a pretty good idea of what I want to do. And I've also done the cutout, so I can have an industry or something here in front of it, and kind of like a diorama I can see in the Union Station. I'll probably have some kind of lights and stuff in there eventually. Here's the entryway to it. Again, there's 6 tracks, and it gets you on, and with the crossovers here, pretty much gets you on any track you want, depending which line you're coming out of. And I've also put insulated rail joiners on each of these. And I've got a little bit more to go, just so I can back a passenger train in here, and I could put a switch on and I can turn that line off if I wanted to. And in front of here will eventually probably be some sidings to service Union Station. If you've ever been there, Union Station, Chicago, there's a bunch of track in front of it with trains parked, and the work trains for Amtrak and ballast cars, etc. for Metro and Amtrak. And up the top here I'll have Union Station. Walters has a kit which looks like nothing a Union Station Chicago, but it'll work, as well as some kind of city backdrop or skyline that accompany that, roads, whatever else I can fit in here. I may trim that down a little bit further if needed, but that's the basic idea. So that part is also getting there. I've added some lights to the layout. It makes it a heck of a lot brighter down here. And I'll flip the switch just to give you an idea. Big difference, right? I'm not sure how well the camera's picking up, but it's a big difference. I'll probably put some kind of canopy or valance or something up here to bring the light downward, and just so the light's not so in your face, but it really brightens it up in here. Eventually I'll have more up along here. I won't have this thing anymore, and all the way around, and also up on the back side as well. So the last thing is something I've been working on. I'm going to grab my throttle here real quick. Is this Kato AC4400 that I did the install on a couple months ago, and I put a sound project in there that was done by Moogman, 1978 I think it is. The name's Ted. Nice guy. So this is still his base ASN file, and I'm still borrowing a couple of his sounds, the bell, the horn, and startup. But I redid the prime mover sounds, and it's a little bit closer to what I'm looking for. I'll let you guys hear it. So there's that. It's still kind of a work in progress, but it's getting a lot closer. It sounds a lot closer to the actual AC4400. You know, that's really out there. So I've done a few of these sound projects for a few other folks, and I got a couple more there on the top of where Union Station is going to be that I'm working on. Not doing the install. The install is done. I'm just putting some sound files in for them and tweaking the CVs. So that is pretty much what I'm working on. I should have some more install videos throughout the spring and summer as I get to them. The weather here in Chicago has gotten nice real quick, so I'm already out doing yard work, as I'm sure many of you guys are doing stuff around the house. So I get to them as I can, and like I said, I'll have more videos for you as I get them. So there's where I'm at. Enjoy, and see you next time.